there is woodland, but there's a big open bit of grass as well. So definitely a park had we come the other way, which was
the other way is equally easier, yeah?
Equally easier.
Yeah.
The other way is much easier, but it's just longer.
Right.
And I thought...
Longer?
It's easier. I thought we would just come this way. Well, the carvings are supposed to be at the bottom of the cliffs underneath the ruins of Blantyre Priory.
Some interesting
and so,
caves up around here. Or they look like caves, but actually on closer inspection they're just holes.
Isn't that just what a cave is? A big hole. So the carvings are meant to be at the foot of the cliffs underneath the ruins of Blantyre Priory, which was built in the 1200s. And it's meant to be opposite Bothwell Castle, which is over there across the river. We walked along this trail here and we came to an impasse, we couldn't go any further. But it looked further down as if there was a space at the bottom of what looked like another sort of cliff face. So I'm thinking we go up and then we go along and then we go back down if we can. Other people have got to it. The people who carved it, the person who carved it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, should we try this?
Yeah, let's try it. If not, this will be the last piece of footage that's ever seen of me. But we've said that 1 or 2 times before.
I know.
There he goes on his merry way. Man of adventure. Man of letters. Would you say you were more of a man of letters than a man of adventure?
I always wanted to be a man of adventure, but I'm probably more a man of letters. It's like you always want to be the Fonz, but you end up being Richie Cunningham. There's a reference from the early 1980s for you.
And there over yonder, once again, and you just put your hand up right in front of it, you bastard.
There it is, there's a castle.
And there in the distance, once again, Bothwell Castle. Obscured by the internet's favourite lump, Michael Whitehouse.
So this is where the priory was. Blantyre Priory that was around between 1200s and 1500s.
So masterfully navigated. You won't hold me back, twigs. So what kind of period would you put this in, Michael?
Late 1400s.
Late Cortina?
By the page work.
Isn't that feudalism red?
Oh, so that's just torn it right off there before all of these trees were grown.
Fucking sent it right, man.
properly just came right off.
It.
I hope no one was hurt.
Mate, that's a right off. There's no sign of anybody that were burnt to bits. Unless they were sitting on the that side.
Somebody could have rolled it off that.
But in the back, no, they were burnt to a crisp. We believe we've finally struck home. So, yeah, go. Do I hand him? You look like you've regained your stability. Anyway, sorry, you were saying you think we found it? Okay, hold on 2 seconds.
Hold on.
So we've discovered this rock face here that seems to lead actually all the way along to a path at the very end. And we believe that that is going to be the carvings in question just along there.
Yeah, I think
It's got to be. It's got to be for your sanity at this point.
I know. So these are the infamous Blantyre carvings that were discovered in the mid-20th century. And at first people believed that they were the works of the ancient peoples of Scotland. In fact, there are some people who still try to make that case. But as you can see, they are filled with Christian iconography. Jesus on the cross, Jesus carrying the cross. Some of them are worn away and we can't tell what they are anymore. The fact that the carvings are worn down is what tells us their age, at least if you believe the official story. We have records, photographs of these carvings going back to the 1950s and 60s. And in fact, there is one photograph that shows you a man who claimed to be the person who sculpted these carvings. And his name was Tommy Hawkins. He was a recluse who lived in the area. And he would come here with his miner's lamp at night, or when it was quiet. He would chip away and then he would leave if anyone would walk by, although I don't know who would walk by somewhere like this. If you look here, this was one of the carvings, but it's been so eroded. You can see now that there's an ear over here, and this was probably the torso. Some people have said that there's a carving of David Livingstone, who was a famous Scotsman who grew up in the area, and that may be it, but it's hard to tell. Looks more like the Scream. If you look from right to left, you start with, other than the worn down figure that we can't really tell what that is, you start with Jesus carrying the cross, then you see Jesus' crucifixion with what I think is a Roman soldier and him being lanced towards the end of the crucifixion, and then we come over here to what I think must be Jesus when he was laid down after the crucifixion.
Is there a comedy one round the corner when we intended to move this stone?
Well, what's interesting is, was he intending on doing the resurrection? Well, something's carved here.
Someone's carved an erection.
And if you look here, I think this is Jesus again, but after he's been resurrected.
People see Jesus in everything, don't they?
Yeah. But I think that's what that's. So it looks like to me. There's his eye, nose, mouth.
Clutching. Certainly interesting. I can't believe we managed to walk past that.
Hold on.
A discovery?
This guy's wearing a hat. Could this be David Livingstone? Why has he carved Jesus carrying the cross, Jesus being crucified, Jesus after he's died, and then David Livingstone?
We all get bored.
One of the reasons that people thought that these might have been older and of more historical significance was the fact that they are carved beneath the ruins of Blantyre Priory, which dates back to the 1200s. But sadly, I think it's pretty definitive that these are newer carvings. However, that doesn't mean that there's not a mystery to be had, because there are rumours, local whispers, about other carvings that exist along these rivers, ones which may be much older, and maybe they inspired Tommy Hawkins to make these in the first place. You may have noticed the looming spectre of Bothwell Castle behind us throughout this video. There is a ghost story attached to it, one that reaches out from the past to today, but that's for another video.